All right, this is the second part of lesson 5.1, mid-segments of triangles. So the objective today is for you to use the properties of mid-segments to prove and solve problems. So go ahead and do the review and check back for the answers. All right, so here's the theorem. We're going to use triangle mid-segment theorem. If a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then the segment is parallel to the third side and half as long. So we're going to use this triangle to demonstrate that. And from that, we get that D is the midpoint of segment CA. E is the midpoint of segment CB. So then segment DE is parallel to segment AB, and ED is equal to 1/2 of AB. RS is a mid-segment of triangle ABC. RS is parallel to AC. And RS is equal to 1/2 times AC. If we draw ST, we know that ST is parallel to segment BC, and we also know that ST is equal to 1/2 of the length of segment BC. All right, identifying parallel segments. What are the three pairs of parallel segments in triangle DEF? Well now, O, M, and N are the midpoints. By the definition of midpoint. And we can see that because we see two congruent segments, so that makes that a midpoint. So, by the triangle mid-segment theorem, we have segment MN is parallel to segment DE. We have segment OM is parallel to segment F. We have segment ON is parallel to segment DF. All right, triangle RST, T, H, K are midpoints. If RS is 28, so we know those are midpoints. So we know those distances are the same. So segments are congruent. And we know that RS is 28, so that's this distance here. We know GH is 20. That's right there. RH is 22. That's this one here. What is the length of KH, ST, and GK? All right, well, we can find those using the mid-segment of the triangle theorem, triangle mid-segment theorem. We know that KH is equal to 1/2 RS, and so we can substitute for RS. We know RS is 28. Half of 28 is 14, so KH is 14. We know that GH is 1/2 the length of segment ST. And we can substitute for GH is 20, so that's half of segment, the length of segment ST. And we can just multiply both sides by 2, and we get segment, the length of segment ST is 40. We also know that RT is equal to 2 times length of segment RH, because those two segments are congruent. So, and we know that RH is equal to 0.2, so RT is equal to 0.4. And we need GK, and we know that GK is equal to 1/2 of the length of segment RT. And so the length of GK is equal to 1/2. Substitute for RT, which we just figured out here, is 44. And that's equal to 22. So GK is equal to 22. You might notice that this distance here is the same as that distance there. Okay. Number 15. We need to know DC, AC, EF, and AE. Little mistake there. Should be AD. All right, what is the distance across the river? To do this problem, I'm going to label just a couple points so I can talk about different parts. So let's label this C, this D, this point B, this point A, this point E. All right, so it doesn't tell you this, but we're going to have to assume something to figure this out. We're going to have to assume that this is the midpoint between points E and C, so we have to assume that. We have to assume, we don't have to assume this. We know 55 is the same as 55. All right, so we can say that AB is equal to 1/2 of the length of segment CD. So AB is equal to 1/2 times 92 by substitution, which equals 46. Assuming that, of course, that this is true.